start it again.
I waited.
I know.
I did what I was supposed to do.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Brittany.
I'm Nicole.
And we're those girls. Welcome to episode 39 of our podcast. Today we are reliving stories from our trip, talking about Christmas.
You have a architect and real estate agent buy a house update.
I have a couple of those updates.
I have a couple of those. The critters.
So and small fires and all the fun stuff. But so we're home from vacation.
We are.
It's been a wild ride.
It doesn't feel like vacation was not vacation-y. It was, but it wasn't.
Right.
We worked a lot.
So if you are in a service-based business, my strongest suggestion to anyone is that if you want to get busy in that service-based business,
Commission, yeah.
book a fucking vacation.
Right.
Because without fail, every single time we book something, we get slammed.
Yep.
So book the trip, busy. And there's always like the 3 or 4 days right before you go away where you're dead. And you're like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing.
Is perfect.
Yep. I think we both were contacted by different people on the way to the airport.
Yep.
And it literally was balls to the walls the entire time.
I had people asking me for pre-approvals on the way to the airport that I haven't heard from in a year. Mm-hmm. 2 of them, actually. Mm-hmm. Then while we were there, this is a good real estate example of like, everyone's like, this market's crazy, this market stinks, don't buy a house, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. False.
Right.
I had 2 people while we were away. One of them has been looking for a home for 2 years under agreement, and one of them looked for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So there's no you have to
reason.
listen to your agents and put in the right offers, and when you don't listen, then you don't get the house. And then the other people were 2 weeks. They were looking for 2 weeks. She just texted me and was like, oh my God, I just can't believe that like a couple weeks ago, me and her husband, she's like, we were laughing about living in an apartment forever. And she's like, now we're closing on our house in 2 weeks. And it literally happened in a 6-week period. Mm-hmm. Yep. So
it's insane.
There's no right time. There's no right formula. Rates. Guess where rates today?
I've heard a rumor that they're making
hear?
some moves. So tell me what moves they're making.
We always call in our business, I guess I've already been sacrilegious on this podcast once, but in the mortgage world, we'd be like, hey, what's Jesus Christ today? Jesus Christ rate is the perfect borrower, 800 credit score, no debt, blah, 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 all the absolute perfect
how do we get
person.
More Jesus clients?
Jesus Christ today was 6.5 with no points.
That deserves a happy dance.
I was shocked. I texted one of our friends and was like, hey, get this person looking now.
Right.
The rates just dropped. Her pre-approval is going to go up. And that's what we start to do is I'll go through and be like, hey, at 7.5, you were approved at this. At 6.5, you're approved at this. And it's a huge difference.
It's huge difference.
It can be $50,000, which in this market is everything. And
not only the purchase price, but it also changes what their monthly payment's going to be.
And it lights a fire when you tell someone your payment was $3,000. Hey, if you do it now, it's $2,500.
Right.
Huge difference.
That's huge. Mm-hmm. Now, it makes it. You do the happy dance on your end. When that happens, I go, oh shit.
Because what's going to happen with the prices?
All the, that $50,000 gap that you now are making up with the interest rate, I'm now groveling at the feet of a seller going, please, 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 please accept our offer, please.
Well, it's because now the sellers and the buyers' brains aren't going to be matching up.
Right. And they never are anyway.
No, but
I was just in a meeting before this, and we were talking about that. And so one of the people I was on the call with, they were like, so, how is this going to impact? And I'm like, well, we're still in this vicious cycle of interest rates are going to go down, and that means that demand's going to raise. That means prices are going to go up, and that means
I was going to ask you. So does that mean you think prices will stay the same or they'll go up?
They'll go up again. So the more that interest rates go down, the more demand buyers are going to have for going out and looking at homes, which means that you're going to have potentially back to those multiple offer situations, back to prices being kind of outrageous. And then again, as the tide turns, interest rates will go up again. And unless we have a catastrophic shift in the market, and I would never want that
we
to
don't
happen,
want that, yeah.
We're just going to be in this cycle. And it's just going to be our new normal for however long. And is your eye okay? Because we're totally talking about this. Please zoom in on her.
My eyes started to twitch and itch the second you started saying that.
Because that's not a
You know,
stress
that little-
indicator at all. And we're going to live in this rat race of hell that we're in continually.
It's never going to end. It's called living. Number one pet peeve, living. It's an obligation. It's annoying, and we shouldn't have to do it.
So now that we've given you an eye twitch, let's talk about vacation. And
Sure.
I'm going to let...
Which thing?
I'm going to let you talk about vacation.
You want me to talk about my recap?
your recap of my family.
No, I actually, honestly, okay, before we get into the funny stuff, like I will say, and I'm not just saying this because they might listen, like your mom and Jeff are like super, super good hosts. I love going there. I think it's super fun. Mm-hmm. They're always like, what do you want? What do you want to drink? What do you want to eat? Are you comfortable? Is the spa hot enough?
So now you know why I am like, how can I
Yes.
support you today? What can I do?
Yes.
Because I am...
Correct. So, well, which part? We should talk about the facials. No. Well, okay, I'll talk. This is just a little tiny.
This is when I wish that we had like a button to just
Yeah,
zoom
Al
in
needs a
on
camera.
Al,
Al needs a
so that
camera.
we could just see his expressions because, you know.
So, your mom's an esthetician.
Yes.
She was kind enough and awesome enough to bring her to her spa and give us, actually, that was like the best facial I've ever had.
It was really good.
But you, so we're in the room and I'm going to go first. And I'm like laying on the table. And your mom's like backs to me. She's like, lay down, get ready. And her back's to me and she's doing all her stuff, getting all
Yeah.
her stuff ready. And in the midst of this happening, you took a phone call.
Yep.
And then you come back in the room.
And you're naked.
And I'm
on
naked
the
under
table. And I'm like, what is happening?
under a sheet. So but the funny part you missed, your mom goes, oh no, you got to get naked.
Oh yeah, no,
And
I
I
walk
go-
in and I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, your mother told me to get naked.
So
And
but
I'm
I go, bottoms too. She goes, no, you can. She goes, unless you want to, but this is a chest up procedure. She said, when someone says get naked.
Yeah,
Valid
like,
question.
yeah, right. Like, but no, so I walk in and then like you have this amazing facial that like, and you're relaxed and
You two were like, you couldn't sit still. Your mom was doing the mom thing where she was like, fucking sit still, stop it. And then you were getting into little tiny like squabbles, but she didn't.
kept wanting
But
to
she didn't want
talk.
you. Yeah, it was.
I'm like, stop talking. No one talks in a facial.
And-
rub my face, put shit on it, and let's move on. And
But then like the deep skin critique she gave us also. Like, Nicole, you have nice little pores, but you haven't exfoliated your skin in 25 years. What's wrong with you? You have 85 layers of dead skin on your face. And
right,
I was
but
like,
like I don't need the mom lecture.
it was the esthetician lecture.
No, it wasn't. It was the I taught you better than this.
Well, you grew up in it. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what you
Well,
want me
and
to
we'll
do.
talk about one more thing about this part. She tried to convince us. She's trying to. This is a new thing. I forget what it's called. The mouth massage.
She wanted to give us an oral mouth massage and don't know the name of it. And she's like, we're
No,
going
but
to try it at home.
We'll
and I'm
have
like,
no.
what the hell?
So it's a new thing that's big because I asked my other friend Bethany, who's an esthetician. I forget the name. It has like an official name, and you do it with gloves on, and it's supposed to relieve.
No one's
It's supposed to
massaging-
relieve like different pains in your neck and your body and your head, and they massage your gums.
No one, I don't even like the dentist in my mouth.
She goes, yeah, Nicole. She goes, so when I get home, I'll put on gloves, and I go, you're not putting your fingers in my mouth.
No, you were like, do you need to put your fingers in my mouth? And she's like, well, how else would I orally massage
I didn't know if it was outside or inside the mouth.
I have had 4 different like ads that have now popped up because
I forget
social
the name of
media.
it, but
Me too, but
somebody
like,
will know.
I'm pretty sure there was like a TikTok video
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it that showed up on my feed, and I'm like, I don't want anyone in my mouth. Like, it's
The thought
not happening.
is so disgusting.
So disgusting.
Because they also, so like, not that I want someone's bare fingers in my mouth.
This is gonna go really fun. The latex.
This is going to turn into like a condom, no condom conversation. But it doesn't feel as good.
It doesn't feel good. And then on top of it, let's just
Well, 'cause,
let's just take my mother for example. Her and I have the same fingers, and we do our nails the exact same way. She's got 6-inch nails that she's now going to put in a rubber glove that she's now going to put into your mouth.
Moving on from this, I think we've covered that situation. I think the only other part that I'll talk about is the Christmas party.
Oh my God.
So me and Brittany and Patty and Jeff.
Okay, let's back up for a second. Let's back up for a quick second. Supposedly, my mom always hosts a Christmas party. Supposedly. And so the party was supposed to be the day that we were flying in. We were not flying until midnight. Mom and I have not had the best relationship over the course of my adulthood. So there have been some lapses in years where I've missed out on some things. And so she thought it would be the perfect opportunity to like reintroduce her adult daughter into society. So she moved the meeting. She moved the Christmas party so we could all be there.
Correct.
So
it's just a lot of, there was a big amount of pressure to begin with. And I'm there always as the buffer.
Oh yeah, I have to take a buffer home.
So we helped them prep the food. That was the biggest thing the entire day, which is fine. I'm a free guest in your house. You were feeding me, sticking me in the pool. Like, I will help you do anything you need to do. So me and you end up doing a lot of the food to help. Yep. Your mom's out shopping all day. It was a whole.
She goes away for hours at a time.
I'm not gonna say anything bad about Patty.
No, it's not bad. She just disappears.
Anyway, so we help. We slave all day. We get ready. The party starts. It was a taco party. It was like a taco bar. We had a lot of drama with the place setting, things exploding. There was a lot of stuff. So anyway.
There's a lot of stuff, yeah.
Your mom's friends come, and I'm over the stove, and apparently there's taco shells, everyone knows. Regular, what is it, Old El Paso?
Yeah.
Your mom has a million of them, and we're trying to make them look nice on this platter.
Yes.
And I'm done.
Like, we would do
mentally,
it all day.
I'm done. I'm tired. I want to start drinking. I want to start having fun. And I'm just putting them on the platter and I'm putting them out. Your mom's friend stopped me and goes, "You need to put those in the oven." And I go, "I'm not putting them in the oven." And she goes, "I don't know who you are, but you're putting them in the oven." And I was like, "I don't work here." Literally, this woman. And then when I refused to do it, I looked and I go, "I'm only going to do it if Patty makes me."
I know.
And then she goes, "Patty." They're Southern. She's like, "Patty, she's not putting them in the oven." I was like, why did I just get tattled on?
Right.
Your mom,
like a 75-year-old
and then your mom goes,
by the way,
"Put them in the oven." I was like, fine. If you tell me to put them in the oven, I will put them in the oven. So I put them. That was the first thing.
I would have been like, they were already in the oven.
Second thing goes on. I don't know what it was. I felt like I was like on trial. Maybe it's because I was an outsider. I was getting questioned by this same person like over and over again about you, about our relationship.
We're cutting that part out.
How long how long have you been friends? How do you know? Is it just a business friendship? Blah, all this stuff. So
because
then
I bring my business friend home for vacation.
To sit in the bathing suit for 5 days. So anyway, then we get to the portion of the party. I felt like the rest went fine. I buttered them up. I usually don't. I'm not like people love me or they hate me kind of person. I think they hated me. So
they hated me too.
But they did say, "Hey, can you run the Yankee swap?" First of all.
Oh yes, let's talk about a Yankee swap.
It's called Yankee swap, correct?
Right. So there's a twofold thing to this Yankee swap thing.
Your mom put it on the invitation.
Put it on the invitation.
Yankee swap.
Right. Everyone has different ways that we play the game.
But they put us in charge of it.
They put us in charge.
So I played it my way because that's the only way I know.
Right. So do you want to talk about the guy first?
Two things.
Yeah,
yes.
I'll let you share the story.
So the way I played, I'll go really quick, is you have, say there's 10 people playing, numbers 1 through 10. Number 1 goes first. They pick a gift. Number 2 can take number 1's gift. They open up their gift. They can say, "I want to keep this," or "I want to take the other person's gift." Period. That's just, and it goes and goes and goes. And then number 1 gets to pick whatever they want at the end. That's how we're playing. I explain it.
Yep.
That's not how you play it.
Oh, no. They don't tell us that in the beginning.
No. She did.
Oh, she did? In the beginning?
And I told her to F right off.
Oh, I didn't realize that
She tried to stop me and told me I was doing it. She's like, "You need 2 sets of numbers." I was like, "I don't know how to play it that way." And then I said, "Do you want to run it?" And she said, "No." And I said, "So we're playing it this way."
I've never seen 2 sets of numbers.
Fast forward to number 2 goes. Now this gentleman is sitting at the table outside. He has a Yankees baseball shirt on. And the first gift that gets opened is Yankee candles. And then it's his turn. He looks at me and he goes, and the next gift was not Yankee themed that got open. And he goes, "Oh, because his gift was a Yankees flag. And he goes,
Which, by the way, we live in Boston.
so everyone started yelling that they thought it was literally a Yankee themed swap.
Yes.
So also, like, how many Yankee gifts can you find?
Well, like, what quantifies Yankee? Are we talking just the Northeast? Are we talking just New York? Like, we don't know.
So I get the fucking Yankees flag when I pick my gift.
And I'm like, I literally said out loud, we cannot bring that home to Boston. Please trade it.
So
I don't care where.
I'm like number 8 out of, say, this 15 people.
Yep.
Everybody has gone. Everybody chose a gift, opened it, said, I want to keep my gift or I want to take your gift, Bob.
Yep.
I go and I start to open my gift and say that I'm going to trade it. And the same person starts screaming at me.
She was.
Screaming.
She was.
She's cheating. You're not allowed to open the gift first. You need to put it back. You're stuck with that gift. And I went, everybody else opened their gift first. I literally, and there was 2 of them yelling at me. And I was like, and I looked, I was like, why are you guys being so mean?
I know.
Like, and these were older adults.
Older women. This was,
And they were screaming at me.
Screaming.
I don't know. So what did I end up with? Oh, I ended up with candles and I gave them to your mom.
Yeah. Mom ended up really good out of that.
No, and you know what it was? The woman that was screaming at me, that was giving me shit about the taco
Tupperware.
cells, she knew I wanted to take the Tupperware, so she was trying to stop me.
Because we're going to take Tupperware in a suitcase from Florida back to Massachusetts.
But also, we're playing a game.
Right.
No crying in baseball. Get over it. You're a grown-up. I don't know what to tell you. You didn't get the gift you want. Boo-hoo. So that was that, and then they left at 9 p.m.
Oh, they all, like, did, like, an Irish goodbye. Like, it
Kinda.
wasn't even, like...
They all left at the same time.
Like, yeah, like, I've never seen a big group of people just get up and, like, peace out.
Yeah, it was all at the same time.
I was like...
Florida's weird, man.
Weird. Weird.
Florida's very weird.
Absolutely weird.
So I think that pretty much covers it.
That was the... And then we did a lot of hot tub. Or spa, as Mom calls it. I'm still waterlogged.
At one point, I was like, I'm absolutely, like, I feel like I'm full of water.
Yeah, like, I'm still waterlogged, I feel like.
But I love it. It was fun.
It was a lot of
Got
fun.
to meet your sister.
You met my sister, yes.
I loved that.
Yes.
You just, like, don't really know someone until you meet their family. Like, nobody makes sense until you see their...
So
all the interworkings.
All that's left is for you to meet my brother.
I do want to meet your brother. I talked to him on the phone on the trip. He was talking to your mom.
You talked to my brother?
Not like...
Wait, but like...
I don't know if she was on FaceTime or she was on the phone. And she was like, say hi to Nicole, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God, yeah, hi, I can't wait to meet you. I think she was on the phone with him. I don't remember. Anyway, it was a blur. There was a few blurry periods of the trip.
I try to blur a lot out. Just in general.
So yeah, that was Florida.
That was Florida.
And now tell us your architect and real estate buy a lemon update.
Oh my God. Okay. So we had the pest guys out yesterday.
This pest guy has had the best I did the wrong thing in 2023 because everyone else's year sucked. This guy was like, I found a gold mine of a house.
Oh, yeah.
Rats, beetles.
Now it's flies.
baby dead rabbits.
Now we have flies.
Okay, so explain that.
We don't know. So he was out. There's no...
Like, how do you get black flies in the winter?
I don't know. Like, they started like 2 weeks. So I thought... So he was out right before it was cold because we had a mouse problem and we had a rat problem. And so I thought maybe like some of the traps he set had like not been,
Poison attracts flies?
well, no, like I thought maybe like he put a trap somewhere and like I didn't see where he put the trap.
Oh,
And so
dead
now I have
animals
a dead
attracting flies.
animal
I see,
that has
see.
a fly
Okay. Yes.
and all of this. So I saw him the other day and I said, hey, can you come out? Can you check some traps? We had rodents in our attic too, and there's no access to my attic. There's like a teeny tiny scully that's like the size of this whatever thingy this is here that does our sound box. And so no one could get up there, and I could hear animals. So I had a big hole in the side of the house that I didn't know about because I don't go on that side of the house. So they put like a trap thingy in. And then they laid traps on top of the scully door in case it caught a rodent that was up there. So I was like, so maybe like something got stuck up there and so the flies are coming down. Like, I don't really know. So I saw him and I was like, hey, can you come out? I have black flies. He's like, can you send me a picture of the black fly? I'm like, no. And he's like, I think your husband should like kill one and like send me a picture because that way I can tell what type of fly it is before I come in. So for the past 3 days, I've been chasing flies around my house trying to take a picture of the back of a fly to send to this man so he knows what he's walking into.
Nobody's
when he
got
comes
time
to
for
my
that.
house, okay?
Nobody has time for that.
So I finally do it on Tuesday. Get one, still alive, take a picture, zoom in, send it to him, and then he doesn't respond.
Because it's Christmas.
So the guy shows up yesterday.
Nobody's working. Like Wednesday, it's shut down this
He shows
this
up.
year.
I didn't even know he was going to show up. He shows up. I'm on a call. I mute the call and I'm like, oh my God, you showed up. Fantastic. I'm like, what type of flies do I have? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? I sent you a picture. He goes, it was too blurry. I couldn't see it. I'm like, are you kidding me? So he checks all the traps. We have nothing. We have no critters in our house. Thank goodness. Hallelujah. No critters. Nothing. Nothing. He's like, I don't know. I have flies. He's like, and they're not cluster flies like I thought they were. They're like trash flies. What the fuck is it? What do you mean it's a trash fly?
You have garbage flies.
I'm like, there's not even, and I didn't tell you this, on the way out the door, he goes, by the way, the house smells really good. Like, well, then why do I have trash flies?
Did it smell not? Oh, because it was smelled like rats before.
Oh, well, right, exactly. I'm like, oh, okay, great. So now I just have trash flies. Last week, I had someone drop off something for a real estate transaction, and I wasn't home, so I called Mark because I have the Ring doorbells.
Yep.
And so they like hit the doorbell and it calls my phone. So I called Mark and I was like, hey, can you go down and meet the guy with the thing? And he's like, yeah. So then like an hour later, I get a phone call from Mark, and Mark doesn't call me during the day. We're both very busy. He's very busy with his job, and that's fine. So when he called, I answered him. He's like, do you have a minute? I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, I just have to tell you an architect and a real estate conversation for Nicole. And I'm like, okay, well, what is it? And he's like, so the guy that came to the house went to both doors. We have a front door we don't use, and then we have our side door that we use all the time. And if you go to my front porch, it says, we don't use this door. Please please don't do anything to this door. My delivery guys don't listen. So he's like, the guy came, he left, I went upstairs, and he's like, I heard buzzing. I'm like, oh my God, do we have bees in our walls? Like, God only knows what's going to happen. Now, our house was built in the 1800s. And
I know what you're talking about.
I know.
I had one of those doorbells growing up, and it's like, it's like a very distinct buzzing.
Buzz.
Yeah, you
He's
know
like,
what it is.
I hear this buzz. He's like, I go back downstairs. He's like, I'm looking for it. Looking for it. We have a doorbell. And I'm like, oh my God, we have a doorbell? That's amazing. He's like, no. We have a doorbell that someone plastered over God knows how many times. It has been buzzing in the wall, and it has heated the wall. Like it's going to start a fire.
And like, how long has it been like that?
We lived there for a year and a half at this point. Never knew we had a doorbell. And so he's like, I was in this conundrum if I'm going to put a hole in the wall. So instead, before I did that, I went downstairs and I traced the entire line, and now he's cutting the electrical wires in my house.
As only an architect would do, because a normal person would not do that.
A normal person wouldn't have a doorbell
Plastered into the wall.
Plastered into the wall that abuts
Maybe that's why the bird's so upset.
that abuts a chimney.
Maybe when the bird's upset, it knows, animals like can be like set off by vibrations and noises, and yeah.
So we have that going on. We have the black flies. So
I'll take the flies over the rats.
Oh yeah, but I haven't seen a fly today. The pest guy was out yesterday, so I don't really know.
Maybe they're gone. Maybe it's just like a one-day trash thing.
Maybe. I did take the trash out. The trash has been.
Nobody thinks you have trash in your house. Like, everybody has a trash can.
Right.
With trash in it. So I haven't taken my trash out since Florida. I usually take it out every 2 weeks because it's just me and Callie. We don't have like a lot of trash. And so I missed the Florida week. Yeah. And then I missed.
Well, you missed the week before too.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it in Florida that you missed it.
Oh, no. Somebody put my trash out while we were gone.
Don't talk about that because that's how you get on the local Facebook group.
I'm thinking it may have been the pet sitter because she's super sweet.
Oh, Addie is amazing.
Yeah. But so anyway, yes, the last time my trash got taken out was the week we went to Florida. And now it's Christmas.
Oh, and your trash day is Mondays.
Yep. And it's Monday's Christmas, and then New Year's Eve, it's a Monday.
Well, so it's
I'm sorry. Monday is New Year's Day.
So it's delayed a day. So trash will come Tuesday.
No, I know, but like I've been like wrapping gifts and have 8,000 Amazon packages, and It made me think of it because of the black flies, but
So what you're telling me is because your trash
I look like a
comes
trash
on,
person right now.
because your trash comes on Tuesday, I can throw all of my Christmas trash in yours on Tuesday when it comes.
No, the barrels are already overflowing. Overflowing. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
How'd you do? You're done with your Christmas shopping?
Yes, because they don't have what I wanted to buy the last minute. They don't make it anymore. So that I now have a half gift that I'm just going to wrap and be like, figure the rest of it out.
It's fine.
How do you Christmas shop? Are you like an overbuyer? Do you just pick one particular thing?
I used to be better. Probably, I don't know, like, I'm not, like, dogging on being single, but, like, when I was, like, married or you have a partner, you can, like, kind of split those things. You know what I mean? Like, and we were good about that. Like, he'd be like, I'm going to get my parents, you're going to do this, that. We'd split it. So now the past however long I've been single, like, doing it by myself has somehow spiraled. I was good at it for a while and somehow spiraled into, like, the last priority of my life.
Oh, yeah.
So I put in a $500 Amazon order, like, 3 days ago. And then we went today.
Yep.
And I went to Five Below over the weekend. And that's everything into, like, a very tiny. So I probably end up spending a little bit more money that way. But I honestly don't care. And that's just as what it is.
So I have never understood the people that, like, my grandmother was one that she'd, like, find something for us, like, in May. And she'd, like, squirrel it away until Christmas. And I'm like, I
didn't even start thinking about it till last week.
Oh, yeah.
Literally did not put 1 ounce of thought into it.
So usually I will start in, like, October. I'll be like, okay, this is what everyone wants. And then I'll start to look. And then, like, I'm done. And when I was married, I did it all. Couldn't get him to do jack diddly anything. I bought everything, wrapped everything, all of that. I was everything. Now, even 5-6 years in with Mark, he is very good at shopping for everyone and does everything. And
I can't wait to find out what you get.
And he is at the same time, he loves to wrap the gifts. I hate to wrap. Hate it. Like, it goes back to,
I like the wrapping. I don't like the shopping.
Oh, no. I will shop all day long. The wrapping part.
I used to actually have a deal with my ex that, like, he would do shopping if I would wrap because he hated wrapping.
Right.
And I loved it.
So like, I just stack everything up now. And I'm like, okay, here you go. He turns on White Christmas.
Yeah, because, like, I'll just put on TV and sit there and do.
He's got a thing to it, and I appreciate it. And now every year, I'm like, fuck, I still have to wrap his stuff. And then his birthday falls a few days before.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm in this conundrum of, what's a good gift for your birthday? What's a good gift to leave for Christmas? Separate,
yeah.
And then, like, so now I'm buying, like, expensive gifts on both ends sometimes because it's just a couple days. And then I got to wrap all of it. Mm-hmm. So
my mom does bags. She has never been, like, a wrapper. My dad used to wrap, but on her own, she does everything is bags.
I can't use bags. For some reason, I can't get the paper, like the tissue paper to work the right way.
Well, I can't help you.
I am, no one can help me. I am unhelpable.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up.
Well, nice talking to you.
I know.
Too.
I just
that was like a
no.
really
I know it was super abrupt. I looked at the time and then it just came out.
Well, on that note.
No, but we'll be after Christmas. I'm sure we'll have Christmas stories.
We will have Christmas stories. We wish everyone a very, very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And then next week will be our last week of the year.
Yikes.
And we'll talk about kind of our year and wrap up and what we're looking forward to for 2024.
Sounds like a plan, man.
Awesome.
All right. I know I didn't mean to be so
You
abrupt.
were so abrupt. I was
Super
like,
weird.
well, you're done with me then.
No, I just happened. All right. Bye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
See you guys next week.
Bye.